I'm in a Mercedes dealer right now. My dad bought a brand new Mercedes around 2.5 years ago, and the engine light came on. And sometimes, when this was when the car was brand new as well, you'd accelerate, and the car wouldn't pull up quickly. It'd be like some power loss. So it's quite scary, really. It only happened a few times, and I'd turn the car off and then turn it on again, and then I would be able to accelerate. Like you'd accelerate, and there'd just be no power. You think, what the hell's going on? It's quite scary, really, if you're pulling out a junction and it goes like that. So yeah, like Mercedes basically said they couldn't find any fault with it, and we took it in like for the second service, and the engine light came on, and the guy reset the engine light and said, look, if you have any problem, if it comes on again, bring it in, and we'll try and fix the problem. Rather than just fixing the problem there, they just reset the light. And then so now it's like a few months later after the second service, and my dad brought it in and said, look, the engine light's coming, and sometimes there's a loss of power when you accelerate, and it's happened a few times. So the guy said, why didn't you say that before? My dad said, well, I did tell you that before, and you reset the light and basically said, bring it back if it comes on again. And my dad kind of had a bit of an argument with him. He's a bit like offhand, the guy. But anyway, we sorted it out, and they're going to repair the car, hopefully. And anyway, I've been here since 10 o'clock this morning, and it's now, I think it's past 4 o'clock now. And we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. The engine bonnet is pulled up. Absolutely no one's working on the car. It's just sitting there. And my dad went into the garage and says, look, what's happening? You know, no one's working on the car, because you can see through the window that no one's working on the car. And he said, well, we need to wait for a Mercedes head office to give the go-ahead to repair the car. If Mercedes head office says no, they can't do nothing. So they need to repair the car when they give the go-ahead. So, I mean, the car's just been sitting there since 10 o'clock with no one working on it. Mercedes head office doesn't seem to be getting back to anyone. So it's really frustrating. I don't know if you can see, but I'm basically in the middle of kind of nowhere. There's not many restaurants around here. It's quite far away to the next restaurant. I got no car to drive away in either and go to a restaurant. So I have to kind of basically eat here. And so I know that they have a restaurant here around 12 o'clock. So it was around 12:30. I was going to go to the restaurant. And then the guy says, no. He says, you can't go now. It opens at 1 o'clock. So when I go to the restaurant at 1 o'clock, I see on the door, it says it opens at 12:30. So the guy was basically told me a lie. So they could eat first and I get the scraps. So I basically was left with all the scraps there, you know? So that was a bit upsetting, you know, because I'm hungry, you know, I've been waiting around for ages. I'm not a fat person or nothing like that, but anyway, I want to eat, you know, I'm fed up waiting here. There's something to do as well, to pass the time. So yeah, another thing is, I said to him, look, this car, it says in the booklet, it should drink around 4 or 5 litres per 100 kilometres. And but it basically does around 8, and sometimes more than 8, sometimes less and sometimes more, but it's basically around 8 is the average per 100 kilometers. And the guy basically said to me, well, don't always believe what you read in the book. And so he's basically saying that Mercedes has lied in their booklet. It's not as economic as what they say. And I said to him, well, I have a Toyota CHR hybrid, and in the booklet, I can basically get what the booklet says if I drive very carefully. If I drive it reckless, then if I drive it too quick or whatever, yeah, I can't get what's in the booklet. But if I drive very carefully, economically, I can basically get what says in the booklet. Whereas the Mercedes is like 2 times higher than what it says in the booklet. So if it says about 4 or 5, I'm getting about 8, 9, you know? So it's a big difference. It's twice what the booklet says. Another thing is, I mean, how can this car, that's a new car, develop a power loss fault, something so vital, you know, so quickly, when it's basically a new car and it's got power loss? I mean, I understand all cars can develop faults, but it seems like Mercedes aren't as reliable as they used to be, and I hear that on the internet as well. And I've had a lot of Mercedes cars, and my dad's had lots of Mercedes cars, and they've always been good, reliable cars. But I think they're not as reliable as they used to be. I'm very disappointed with my dad's latest car, and yeah. I think if I was to buy a new car myself, I'd probably get a Lexus. I quite like Lexus, and I'm very happy with my CHR hybrid at the moment. I'm very happy with it. It's fine, the car. But if I was to get a luxurious car like a Mercedes, I'd probably get a Lexus, because I'm very disappointed with Mercedes. And this has come from a big Mercedes fan. I've been recommending Mercedes cars to lots of people and saying that they're great cars, and it seems like they're not built like they used to be anymore. And that's what I've been reading on the internet as well. They're not as reliable as Toyotas and Lexuses. So yeah, it's your money at the end of the day. You can do whatever you want with it. But if it's me, I'd probably get a Lexus. And this is from a big, I used to be a big Mercedes fan. So that's it anyway. See you later. Apparently the part we need for the car is in the garage right now, but it needs clearance from the head office. So we're going to take the car, and when the head office gives clearance, which is maybe it'll take a week or maybe longer, I don't know, and we'll get the car back. But it's taking the piss really, you know, I'm pissed off. I don't want to have to come back. The part's here, but I'm going to have to come back.